I'm not quite actually sure how I bought my first Air Force One. See, there's all kinds of shoes, right? There's 9,000 freaking shoes. There's shit with stuff all over them, straps. I get it. But from a classic shoe point, this is the Air Force One. To me, it's the perfect mold. It's the perfect shoe. If they made a freaking Air Force One air freshener, I'd hang the shit in my car. The bottom line is, the way I always try to say it, if this whole Jesus thing is true, right? If this guy is somehow coming back at some point, right? When he drops from the sky, when you see the feet drop from the sky, there's no question he'll be wearing Air Force Ones. He'll probably have white on white first wear Air Force Ones. He'll probably have some other colors, but when he drops the first time, no question.
So it was 817 13?
My mom thinks I'm out of my freaking mind, but I always tell her there's kind of a lot of people like me. You'd be really surprised, right? I mean, there really is like a culture, right?
Thank you. I'll be back for the fours.
There's a lot of people like this. I put a lot of energy in the shoes. It's just become part of my normal day, you know. Yeah. Get in. Get in. I'm mad at those. Just my little Air Jordan towel. A lot of my shoes are in storage. These are the best ones ever. Don't be mad. Air Slim Shadys. Bam.
Are those hard to find?
Bam. They're crazy hard to find. Do not be mad. These, like, you can't get these. I want to wear them so bad, but I can only got one pair, so I can't wear them because they're too nice to wear, and I'm dying to rock those. Look at that. How hot is that fucking shoe? That's unbelievable, right? But these right here, now let's be honest, right? They're hot, but I can't wear this shit. But that's like art, you know what I mean? Like, if I wore this, people would be, there's no way it would go. It would fly, but look at that. That's beautiful, whatever it is. I have 150 pairs of shoes. I have one pair of dress shoes. I don't know where the fuck they are. You know what I mean? I have no idea where they are. If I put on like dress shoes, I mean, I don't know what I would, I probably would get clowned everywhere. I mean, people wouldn't know how to react, you know? I can remember the last time I wore shoes, and I mean, I felt funny, and people looked at me, people were like, what are you doing?
Have you worn those?
Never. These are my favorite. This is the best Air Force One Nike's ever made. This is the best Air Force One color combo Nike's ever made. Look how pretty that is. That's unbelievable. They're very, very hard to find. I'm scared to death to wear them because I can't go in a place where there's a lot of people, because if somebody steps on these, that's like somebody punching me in my face. Look at that. I'd rather someone elbow me in the Adam's apple than step on these. Are you crazy?
Have you ever worn those?
These are beautiful. I've worn them twice, and I wore it with a white tee and a tan button down and some dark jeans. I was nice. I was real nice that night. I felt there. I was different that night. These shoes elevated my.
Did you get laid?
I think I did. I'm having a shelving unit built. Somebody came to my house and looked at me like I was nuts. I mean, I barely have a freaking couch, right? But I need a shelving unit with glass doors to to showcase the shoes. The thing I wear the most next to the Nike Air Force One is the Mountain Country slipper from Save On, okay? A, it's comfy as shit. B, it's gangster almost. C, they're $6, right? $6 fucking bucks. Oh wait, that's socks. There's some, so I got shit in here. But this is all basic shit. There really is like a culture. I mean, like you go on the internet, there's certain, you know, I go to the same websites all the time, like Sneaker Pimp and all the, you know, we get I'm locked into all those people. There's a lot of people like this, right?
Here's the wall of Air Maxes right here. Got the Adidas. I didn't show you these.
As you can see, I'm sort of out of space, so I need to come up with another room or another wall.
No words.
I mean, I got pals like this all over the house. Everywhere you turn, there's like jump balls coming all wherever, you know what I'm saying?
These are Jordan 1 low tops from 1985.
Original Run DMC Bromes.
If we go into a sneaker store, you get real horny. And that's the main thing. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna be like, damn, son, you see this? It's gonna be like this and that. You're gonna be horny. That's the main thing. And then, you know, you get them.
Do you guys realize this is New York City? New York motherfucking City. It's 1 in the morning. And they're online for sneakers. Understand that. It's serious out here. The game is very, very serious. It's serious everywhere. It's real serious here.
Yeah, I just bought 10 pairs for the whole block.
There's a lot of stuff a lot of people don't understand about the sneaker game. It's a disease. And a lot of people don't know how to explain it. But it's there, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Everybody wears them. It's everywhere. I mean, it's every country and every city.
I got over 80-some pair of sneakers. 130 pairs at home. I'd say close to 500 pairs.
As soon as you hear something's out and you think about it, you just have to get it. You know? You're just like, damn. You're like pissed that you have to get it.
They're like candy to me. I mean, they just look so pretty. I mean, I sit there and I'm like, I love my sneakers.
And I'm shocked at the money that they spend on sneakers. A lot of money.
And sometimes I ask myself, what the hell I'm doing? All these sneakers, why I'm buying another 8? Why I'm walking in the door with 8 bags?
When I'm walking down the street, all I see is sneakers. Before I even see the people that are in them. It's addiction, basically. It's kind of like drugs, but, you know, not.
Now I'm realizing that it must be something if you can go online and buy a pair of sneakers that I paid $60 for $300. I'm looking at that like that's crazy. Like, what is the thing about collecting these sneakers?
Shoes upon shoes upon shoes and more shoes. Come on, man. Shoes and shoes and shoes. This is just the stuff that I wear on rotation, if I remember to even wear it. Yeah? Because I don't even go in here. All the pairs I wear over there, the usual pairs. I usually don't let people come in here. Who do you live here with? My mom and my dad. Yeah? I just actually cleaned up a little bit. This used to be up to like here. I lose a lot of shoes. You really? I lose a lot of shoes. How? I just don't know where I put it, and then I find it again later. Favorite shoe of all time? Right here. This is what started it for me. Yeah. Jordan 4. This is what started like the craze. Remember the shot against Elo? Jordan to the circle, puts the shot in the air. Good! The game's over! I begged my mom for these.
So I created this website, retrokid.com, and you know, you could just click on any shoe and you get like a high-res picture. And I wanted to do this as a personal thing for myself. Sneakerheads come here, hopefully they'll enjoy the site.
The cool thing about Jordan releases is they always follow my birthday, or right around my birthday, because they always release around the All-Star game. Once you get one, you're hooked, you're done. You gotta get them all.
What do you plan on doing with them? I mean, do you...
That's a good question. I never actually really thought about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Someday, I know what I'm gonna do with them.
I live in New York. I live amongst 8 million plus in the most like fashion conscious, basketball conscious, hip hop conscious city in the world, right? So how do I separate myself from everybody? I gotta look different. I gotta look different. Like when I wear a pair of sneakers, it's like if I see 5 people with the same pair of sneakers I got on, and I can't wear them no more. It's just not, I feel funny. When I was in high school, I knew every single period, every single student, every single sneaker they had. Every single sneaker they had. I knew people's sneakers collections better than they did. I knew when they got a new pair of sneakers. I knew when they had painted their sneakers. I knew when they put shoe polish on that sneaker because the sneaker got old. It's just like when people make an impression on me with sneakers, that's just like, psh, fucking you're hitting a point, man. It's like, geek, geek.
I went to a school where a lot of kids had the newest pairs of sneakers. Every kid had them, and I didn't have any money for them. So when I got my working papers, I just went fucking ape shit, and every week I was buying 2-3 pairs of sneakers. You know, starting in like 95, and then like starting to go back and trade with kids to try to get the older ones. Then when I got them, I'd be stupid and wear them on the court, not realizing how valuable they'd be. And then like recently with eBay popping up like 3-4 years ago, then I started seeing the market for them. And then sold a few on eBay, and then I saw a lot of kids popping out of the woodwork saying, yo, I'm a sneaker collector. And I was like, yo, fuck this. That's when I went into hiding. I stopped trading with people. And then recently that the Sportswear International article came out. And then after that, it was like, I had enough. I stopped fucking with kids. It was enough. So I just kept all this shit to myself.
Me, I just buy a lot of shit.
What was it that got you into collecting kicks?
You know, this is a story I've told 30 times.
Yeah.
I'm the old jaded collector, dude. I'm sorry.
That's cool.
When I was in the 2nd grade, I got sent to school, and it was a new school, and I got there, and I had no-name sneakers on, so the kids were making fun of me. So I went home, and I was like, yo, I gotta get fresh. I'm not. This is a new school. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not a herb, but I'm only 8 years old. So when I got home, they took me to whatever the shoe store was in the area, and I got 2 pairs of sneakers. One were Pro Keds, and one was Nike Oceanas. I didn't know the names back then, but as you start studying this, you learn. These are the same box they came in when I was in the 2nd grade. And these are the same sneakers. Woo! But mine were burgundy back then. But these are gray. And see, these are not retros. They have the blue in the back. Yeah.
These are originals. Collecting stuff is just recapturing your youth, you know what I'm saying? It's like you see something from the past and you want it and you just put it up. It makes you think of those times. Yeah. You know, you kind of never really grow up if you keep doing that. Even though you might be this responsible suit and tie 9 to 5, or you come home, you got more toys than a 10-year-old, you know, you feel young again, so it's all right.
Well, I'm a high-strung individual. I mean, you know, You can't practice law at a big firm for 8 years if you're not kind of a high-strung cat. I'm a high-strung cat. So I have this apartment that's an oasis for me, and I love it to death, and I have all my sneakers here.
This is a Duke Centennial.
That was one of my favorite shoes of all time. Original Weapons. Silver patent leather Concord. It's a pretty tough shoe to come by.
There's a lot of shit in the kitchen. Ewings, Skyforce, Worthies.
What are the ladies thinking?
Russian. You know, girls, whatever. Girls think it's an interesting. I mean, I think they see it as more of a personality quirk than anything else. You know, I think girls appreciate, you know, a few personality quirks on a guy.
My first reaction was it's an interesting thing to collect. I would never think to. I have, I guess, 6 or 7 pairs of sneakers myself, but you know, when they're dead, I throw them out. Some people apparently don't do that.
I do things like buy her a pair. You know what I'm saying? They make a couple of special sneakers for women, so I make sure that she has something that's hot. Like when they made the Valentine Airs, the all red with the white hearts in the back. I made sure she got a pair. Here, look.
I think he's crazy. He gets mad at me for wearing ugly kicks.
Is that right? Does he buy you kicks?
No, he won't.
No way.
He says that he's superstitious. I'll walk out on him if he buys me sneakers.
Definitely very superstitious. I'll never buy her a pair of sneakers.
Why though?
You know, she'll walk out on me, man. With those on. I'm telling you.
What do you think about when you see girls wearing Jordans?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's hot.
He wants me to buy myself a pair of Jordans. He just won't buy them for me.
Yo, for real, I'm gonna tell you something. There's times I sneak sneakers into the house because I just don't want to hear the shit.
I mean, if there's something that's going to catch on culturally, I think sneakers are as good as anything else. I mean, there's a lot, you know, there's a lot to them in terms of history and design. So, I mean, you know, what else would it be? Like pants?
The drive to sort of have sneakers that no one else had came out of like the whole basketball background that we were a part of in the late 70s and early 80s where, you know, the best ball players in New York wore the best sneakers. Kids want to wear certain sneakers because they saw their favorite basketball players wearing them. And so it's like, okay, well, let me rock these because playing basketball is cool.
At one point, Converse Chuck Taylors were like the most functional, sought after, high performance basketball sneaker that existed. Then in the 60s, playground basketball became really relevant in New York.
You wore what the hood knew. If the hood found out about Nikes, then you got on Nikes, but you got on Nikes because you heard of the athletes who wore them and you saw the posters and you watched the games. There was always sports. So you always watched what happened in sports, but if there was one sports superstar, you wanted to do what he was doing, wear what he was wearing.
Jordan, they isolate for him, driving, what a move!
In the beginning, it was Pro Keds and Converse. You didn't really wear Converse, you wore Pro Keds. When Clyde Frazier was wearing Pumas, it was hot to wear Pumas, and then these shell toes came, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wore shell toes, and then all of a sudden he had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Adidas. When Iceman was wearing Nikes, you wanted to be like Iceman, so you had to go find those Trailblazers that he was wearing, you know what I mean?
And then I think absolutely, without, you know, unequivocally, the turning point was hip hop. And all of a sudden people were seeing like, you know, these sneakers being worn with fat laces, certain colors.
You know what? Adidas aren't that fly. Big, chunky, white, chunky with the stripes, they were not fly.
Until we made them fly.
We made them fly. They probably say, it's the ugliest sneaker we ever made. Oh my God, it's a fashion statement. That's what Adidas must have said in '85. Like, okay, why would they pick our ugliest sneaker and make that #1? I don't know the answer.
They weren't ugly.
Well, they weren't ugly, but they were definitely ones that looked a certain way compared to what they probably thought they were going to get a little prettier. You don't think? I don't know what they thought.
sneakers have always been kind of quintessential to any youth-oriented movement since they were invented, I think. Hip-hop made them valuable. You know, they made them so it wasn't the dirty thing that you kicked around in. It was essential. It was, you know, you put your sneakers on, you choose the sneakers and design your outfit to the sneakers.
There they are. Not many things more beautiful than that, you know. The smell, the fake ones didn't smell like that. I do this every Monday. The feeling you get, it's you know, the smell, I don't know what it is, you know what I mean? I don't want to sound like I'm some type of freak. But of course, it's very exciting. Of course it's exciting. There's definitely a different aura around you when you have your brand new ones on. When I have a first wear a pair of Air Force Ones, I'm better in meetings, I'm better with girls, I'm better, it don't matter. You're better. I work on 50 Cent, which has been phenomenal, right? I do M stuff. I do Jurassic 5. I do Bubba Sparks. And let me tell you something, a lot of people in the office, it's starting to affect on people, right?
Almost. But I got the ink stains on that, so you won't need me down.
As you can see, there's a couple problems here.
The crease?
We're gonna start right here.
The crease?
That's like a 60-year-old right there, right? What do they call them? Widow's peak or whatever? Crow's feet, whatever the fuck it is.
I need Botox for the Air Force.
Hold on. So you do need Botox. Look at this ripple up top. It looks like he's got deformed toes. And here you can see what's happened. The jean is bleeding onto the shoelaces. Big problem. Problem with jeans. How do you fix it? Extra shoelaces. Always have them. But these are a mess. Let's look at these. A little better. All right, so there's levels, right? There's levels of shoes. All right, there's like 5 levels. Your level 1s are your first wears, right? You walk different the first day. There's nothing. The first time you wear, everything changes. Everything about you glow, right? If you're gonna wear something like this, they have to be level 1. Your normal wear and tear after a couple days drops into a level 2, right? These are level 3s right now. See what I'm saying? These are level 3s. They look brand new, but there's some wear and tear going on right here. As that becomes more noticeable, they don't look the same. I don't want them anymore. And it just keeps trickling down. Like level 5 is what you pick up dog shit in. But
I wouldn't go to school if I had a scuff on my sneakers. If I didn't have a new pair of sneakers to wear the next week, I wouldn't go to school. If I didn't have a fresh shirt to wear to school the next day, I wouldn't go. If I caught a scuff, I'd be so subconscious about it, I'd come home and scrub it with a toothbrush and then go back to school. I'd cut class just to come home and scrub the scuff off the sneakers.
Once you become that cat or that person that's known for being on point with your shoe game, you can't slip. You can't slip. So now you force yourself to be in it. And that's where it goes from fashion to fetish. It goes to a point where, you know what, I can't step outside my door without having something fresh on. That's his eyeball. You know, everywhere I go, everybody got their eyes on me, because if I come whack, I'm gonna lose my status. I can't do that.
I can't wear all my shit, so they're always gonna be fresh. And that's what it boils down to. I want fresh kicks.
I try to walk all like this with new shoes, you know. You walk flat. But a lot of people do that, but when they walk like this, people are like, yo, what's wrong? I mean, nothing's wrong. I got my first wears on. What the hell are you talking about? What's wrong? If someone steps on you, you spills a drink, I mean, it's devastating. It's absolutely devastating. You have to suck it up. You have to be like, I'd much rather have someone bump into me, throw me against a freaking wall, you know what I mean? I'll react to all that, but please stay away from the shoes, you know what I mean? Please. I mean, technically, if you look, this is just some general physics, I assume. you know, you press on that gas pedal, you're gonna create some serious damage up there in the front end of your shoe. You know what I mean? That ain't happening. Not driving, right? It's like no one knows what the hell's going on down there. So typically, that's when these $6 joints come in nice. See what I'm saying? Bam. You just stick them right there. You're good. You're ready to go. You're comfy. You're chilling. You're not stressing out on fucking creasing your shoes. The head of marketing, Steve Berman, he now, but they call me. I just bought my first pair of Air Force Ones, and like he'll walk by and like show them off or whatever.
I bought these shoes thinking they were Air Force Ones, not knowing.
See what I mean?
The true meaning, but I'm working on it.
I've tried my best to help with his shoe situation, right? Piece by piece. You know what I mean? It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle.
Let me tell you something.
Look at this. This is level fucking 100. You know what I mean? I wouldn't pick up dog shit in these.
Okay, let me explain something.
For him, that's mammoth growth.
In fairness, I was late this morning.
Right.
There's a pair of brand new K-Swiss Classics.
Yes.
That was going to come today.
Yes.
But I was late, and I just threw these on because I didn't have time to lace them up.
There's always time. There's always time. Always.
I think Clancy's changed the culture of the whole business. Not just Interscope, you know, not just this company, but the whole business. Because he's got everybody thinking differently about shoes. It's true.
I got sneakers in my car that'll peel your forehead back.
There's some ego shit with sneaker guys, right? Because there are like 3 people in the office here that have comparable collections, not as good as mine. But you know, whenever there's new shoes that walk by, they'll drop something and like this, like, oh, what are these? So we try to show off whoever got the new shoes.
Anybody who collects sneakers, there is an affinity to sneakers, yeah, but there's a show-off factor. You don't just collect sneakers just to have them in your house. Somebody's got to know that you have them.
Like if I walk in a spot and you care about sneakers, then you're looking at my feet. Just know you're trained to first acknowledge me, then look down, or vice versa. 80% of the time.